Well, how could clinical trial design be modified to speed up drug development?
I think one of the main ways to speed up and modify clinical trial design is to do adaptive clinical trials.
What does that mean?
Adaptive is a methodology that you change the design of the trial based upon preliminary results.
Okay.
And you might want to change doses. Instead of starting off with 2 doses, you might say, well, neither of these is particular. Let's get to the right dose initially. You may discover that during the initial phase of the trial, which is turning out to be somewhat dismal, that there is a subset of people that could be involved and could benefit. You adapt the trial to these individuals on a as-you-go basis.
But doesn't that involve breaking the code? Doesn't that involve compromise to some degree of the double-blind nature of these things?
It does. Absolutely it does. But I think that if one looking is for breakthrough therapies and individuals who are going to benefit by these trials and by these drugs, I think sometimes you have to do that.
All right. Personalized medicine revolutionized cancer treatment. However, the infrastructure required for its seamless adoption, some people say, into daily medicine needs an infrastructure makeover and needs policy change. And one such challenge is handling the huge amount of pharmacogenomic data being generated and then interpreting it. Does this make sense to you? Do you agree?
The comment and the statement makes sense.
Right.
Because it is a very difficult field. To give you an idea, there are companies out there that are involved in the pharmacogenetic testing that are testing upwards of 250 or 350 different markers, of which max 20 are actionable at the present time. So I think in that respect, we're paying staggering sums of money for information that is totally without meaning.
Okay.
So therein lies the issue.
So why are they doing it? Just because they can?
I think that's exactly right. They're doing it because they can, and what they hope to do, and there are clinical trials looking at some of these genetic markers, but the drugs that they're using to target these markers are not commercially available.
So is it fair to say that, okay, we've got 200 of these markers, of which 20 we can use. The other 180 are basically there for research purposes going forward.
Very fair.
But you're billing the patient, you're billing the insurance company, you're billing Medicare for stuff which is going to be a research project.
That's correct.
That makes sense?
That absolutely makes sense. And that's the big issues that we as a payor has in this whole situation, is that paying for things that have no clinical utility whatsoever.
On the other hand, you can make the case that the research has tremendous potential value. So why don't pay for it?
Well, I think in some instances we do pay for certain research, but not on these preliminary phase 1. Most of these are phase 1 clinical trials.
Okay.